Yu Lai is a taxi driver, always super busy all day long. One evening, she drove a passenger out to the suburbs. By the time she was heading back, the sky was already getting dark. After a long day, Yu Lai suddenly lit a cigarette. The smell of tobacco helped ease her numb nerves a little. As she drove back, a light drizzle started falling from the sky. The cold, rainy night gave off an indescribable chill. Icy raindrops hit the empty streets, and it felt like time itself had frozen. The streetlights on both sides of the road glowed dimly. Right then, a flash of lightning lit up the whole sky. Under one of the streetlights, Yu Lai saw a woman in a raincoat waving at her. Looked like another fare was coming her way. Yu Lai pulled the taxi over, but after stopping, the woman didn't rush to get in. Instead, she said coldly, "Driver, please take this box to the 5th Pavilion on Baining Road. Here's your fare." Before Yu Lai could even get a good look at her face, the woman, dressed in white, vanished into the misty rain. Yu Lai picked up the box and checked it out. Nothing special about it, just a note stuck on it that said, "Do not open without permission." Curiosity got the better of her, and she gave the box a little shake, wondering what was inside. Weirdly enough, she couldn't stop herself from carefully tearing a corner of the note. "Don't touch that box." A chilling voice rang out from outside the car window. Startled, Yu Lai jumped. "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to." Before she could finish, she realized the woman in the raincoat was somehow standing right in front of her again. Pale face, cold eyes, her gaze seemed to pierce straight through Yu Lai's most fragile nerves. "Didn't you leave? Why are you back?" Yu Lai stared in terror at this woman who was freaking her out, feeling an overwhelming urge to bolt. "Don't be scared," the woman said. "I forgot to tell you something. This road's not exactly safe. If you run into someone holding a bunch of chrysanthemums, whatever you do, don't let them in your car." With that, the raincoat lady quietly disappeared again. Yu Lai floored the gas pedal and sped away from that creepy stretch of road. But something felt off. Why didn't that woman just come with her? And another thing, Baining Road only had 4 pavilions, not 5. This was getting weird. Since she knew the route like the back of her hand, it didn't take long for Yu Lai to reach the pavilions on Baining Road. In the rainy night, they looked extra eerie, like each one was hiding an invisible ghost waiting for its prey. Now, Yu Lai was in a pickle. There were clearly only 4 pavilions, but the raincoat lady had told her to leave the box at the 5th one. Just then, she faintly spotted another pavilion off in the distance. As she got closer, she gasped it was one of those memorial pavilions where people burn offerings for the dead. In the middle of the night, this was way too spooky. Whatever, she thought. She quickly tossed the box into the pavilion, hopped back in her car, but didn't leave right away. Instead, she drove a little ways off and kept a sharp eye on the pavilion. After who knows how long, some faint greenish ghost lights started floating around it. They drifted closer, multiplying, and slowly formed a blurry human shape. That's when Yu Lai realized she was in deep trouble. She floored it again, driving fast for a few minutes, until she finally escaped that creepy spot. After catching her breath and calming down, something bizarre happened. She was back at the exact spot where she'd met the raincoat lady. But she'd been driving in the opposite direction. What the heck was going on? Totally confused, Yu Lai hit the gas again. After a while, familiar streets finally came into view, giving her a slight sense of safety. Almost home now. Still, the day's terrifying events left her clueless and sent chills down her spine. She stopped by a street food stall, grabbed some steamed buns, and sat in her car to count the day's earnings. When she opened her wallet, she froze. There was a piece of spirit money in there, the kind used for the dead. "No way, that woman. Couldn't be, she paid me with real cash. I saw it clear as day," she muttered. Talk about bad luck. She tossed the spirit money out the window. "Hey kid, you dropped your money." An old lady outside picked it up and handed it back to Yu Lai. "That's spirit money, ma'am, not real, it's for the dead," Yu Lai said. The old lady looked puzzled, squinting at it. "This is real money, see for yourself," she insisted. When she handed it over, Yu Lai was stunned again. Somehow, the spirit money she'd thrown out had turned into a crisp, brand-new 100 yuan bill. This was too freaky. Was she seeing things, or was the fear messing with her head? "Thanks, Grandma," Yu Lai said. "Oh, no need to thank me. Hey, young man, could you give me a ride home?" the old lady asked. Sure, hop in. Where you headed?" Not far, just up ahead, she replied, her hollow gaze staring blankly into the distance. She sat in the passenger seat, holding a black plastic bag that gave off a floral scent. Yulai glanced over it, was a bunch of chrysanthemums. Oh no, chrysanthemums. The raincoat lady's warning echoed in her mind. Don't let anyone with chrysanthemums in your car. Sorry, Grandma, I just remembered something urgent. Can't take you home after all, Yulai stammered. The old lady looked confused but got out. Yulai peeled out of there fast. As the taxi sped off, the old lady let out a cold laugh. Ha ha ha, you can't escape. Finally, almost home. At the entrance to her neighborhood, she ran into her neighbor, Grandpa Lai. Hey, Yulai, give your old pal a lift, huh? He said. Grandpa Lai, I heard you were in the hospital a few days ago. I didn't get a chance to visit when you get out. Oh, just a couple days ago. Tonight, I went to Baining Road. Someone dropped something off for me, he replied. Baining Road. That name sent a shiver down Yulai's spine. You mean this box? Grandpa Lai held it up. It looked familiar, too familiar. It was the same box she'd delivered to the pavilion earlier. How'd it end up with him? Just then, her phone rang. Hey, Yulai, it's Zaya Wang. Listen, something weird's going on. Grandpa Lai passed away in the hospital a few days ago. They say his body vanished from the morgue. What? He's dead. Yulai's heart raced. If Grandpa Lai was dead, then who was sitting in her car? A ghost. Hey, Yulai, the figure beside her spoke. Weren't you curious about what's in the box? I'll tell you, it's a bunch of chrysanthemums. Take a look at who I am. She turned to see, but it wasn't Grandpa Lai anymore. It was the old lady from before. A year ago, you hit and killed an old woman on Baining Road while drunk driving. That was me. Now your time's up. These chrysanthemums are your death sentence. Time to die. She cackled wildly. And that's the story for today. Don't let them in your car.